Here's a trick about what happens with property taxes when you're selling a property. Some people say, well, I don't want to make another property tax payment. I like to sell before then. Or they say, I've already paid it. I'm not going to get that money back. Guess what? Based on how we do things in Maine, in our Maine contracts, property taxes get prorated at the time of closing. So if there are any unpaid taxes for the time that the seller owned a property, those days get calculated and there's a per day assessment based on the whole year tax bill of how much is owed. Similarly, if the seller's already paid the taxes and the buyer is now going to take over for a period that's been paid for, the title company is going to calculate what that prorated portion of the taxes are, and there will be a credit at closing for buyer to seller. So don't worry about taxes. Those will all get allocated to the appropriate party on the closing statement. Here's another thing that you need to know. The state of Maine only requires municipalities to update tax bills once a year with the appropriate name of the party, and that date is April 1st. So if you buy a house on April 2nd or April 3rd, the tax bill is still going to be in the name of the old seller whenever it comes out that year up until the next April 1st. But you, the new owner, are still going to be responsible for it. Also means that if you've sold a house and you get that tax bill in the mail, it's not your obligation any longer. So you want to go ahead and forward that bill to the new owner. There are lots of other tax considerations that if you'd like to talk about any that make sense for you, whether it's property tax, income tax, estate tax, anything that you're worried about, we would love to help guide you through that process.